go ahead and call it selfie stick squash. It works for me. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Rick Bork. As you can see from the title on my channel, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We got a lot of videos for you to watch, and we're going to have a lot more to come. So, now we're going to start on Barn Reno Part 3. If you haven't seen the other two, go check them out. We're getting started a little late today because we had an excavator issue. It wouldn't start. Another video. Should be one or two prior to this one. So, if you didn't see that one, go back and check that one out. I didn't even swear, which, if you know me, I was pretty close. But, so we're going to get in here. We got to get these new posts put in, 5x6s. We got some holes to dig, get the posts put in. I'm going to jump over and show you guys how to build these panels for the pens. You guys kind of like that? These are just sitting on top. It's only one nailed down there. But, so let's get to work on this stuff. We got a lot to do. We got to make up some time. We're about 4 hours behind today, so let's get to it. Alright folks, we're getting part way through putting posts in here. You can see behind me, there's about 10-12 inches of sand on top of the ground here, and normally I'd just drill a round hole and put the posts in there, but the trouble is that sand just keeps falling back in, filling it up, filling it up, filling it up. So what I did is I just took the excavator and we're just digging a big trench right along where we want the posts to be. We'll go back and set the posts in there, kick a little dirt in on top of them, and then we'll come back and fill everything in, and everything will be nice and tight. We'll tamp it down with the excavator bucket, and we'll have our posts put in place. So, stick around, we'll get to building them pens yet. Alright folks, quick update. As you can see from behind me, I'm continuing to dig myself a hole. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Anyway, we got 2 posts put in here. And if you look over there, there's a little part of a pen there. I was going to leave that, but we got the excavator in here, so it's got to go. So we're going to rip that out. We're going to get the rest of these posts put in here. And then we'll get to building a pen. So, alright folks, so we're working on that part 3 of the Barn Reno here. And I'm going to show you guys how I'm building these pens in here. If you can see behind me here, we got these panels in here. Sort of panels, I guess. I'm not sure what else you want to call them, but so I'll show you how I'm putting those together. But first, we'll show you like what a conventional pen would look like. As you can see there, just the crossboards. And my concern with that is for me, I have animals that are going to be in the pens, but also when I load cattle, I run them through the barn here. I come in the back door back there and run them all the way up the alley and out the front door into the cattle trailer. So I don't want the cattle to have the opportunity to push a board off, because when they're bumping and banging into each other and that, then they could push the panels off on the inside if I put them there. Otherwise I have to double the amount of material that I'm using. So this is my solution to that, and we'll show you how we're putting that together. Alright folks, I'm going to show you how I put these panels together, for lack of a better term. So what we're doing here is I took a 2x6 and I ripped it down to 1 3/4 wide, so I get 3 pieces out of it, which you could go buy 2x2s, but I had 2x6s here that I wasn't using, so I ripped them down. We already cut the top of these posts level. It's where we want them. We're going to bring this in just a little bit, 1/4 of an inch from the face. We're going to take our 20-volt DeWalt framing nailer. We want a nail about every 6 or 8 inches. Okay? So we're going to put one on the inside of that. And we're going to leave a gap to slide these boards in. And I'll grab that camera here when I'm done and show you. Now you notice that post moves a little bit. That's because it just got set and it's set in sand. Once these are tied together and it's tied together with the back wall, they'll be pretty rock solid. These are the old gate hardware. I'll take those out later, you don't have to worry about them. So, let's get this other side put on here. Okay, so you can see our gap there in between. This is where our boards are going to slide in. You can see the offset back from the face a little bit on each side. Let's finish her off. Alright, now you don't have to be exact on this. These are just pens. I mean, these pens aren't perfectly square, posts aren't perfectly level. These were existing posts that are in here. I'm just using what I got. So, the other side we did dig a trench with the excavator. We put some posts in. And I didn't bother getting those perfectly level either. I just got them in a straight line and away you go. So, we're starting out with a 1x8. One by 6, 1x8, another 1x6, now that one's a little bit wider than the other, so we gotta encourage it a little bit. Okay, so now you can see here we have a gap. This one lines up with the top. We're going to bring those bottom ones up and we'll nail that bottom one in place. So, first we'll put the top cap on. Okay, and as you'll see over here, folks, that's a little bit short there. I actually didn't cut that piece for this. It's the end from over there. Let's see if we can break the shovel. So there you go, folks. It's pretty simple, pretty fast. Like I said, I had the pieces pre-cut, so I made it a little faster. And this little bit of a gap in here isn't a big deal because now these boards can expand and contract. So there's also a little bit of a gap there. Gives us room for expansion. That way those boards don't start forcing on each other and break each other. So I'll grab that camera, give you a closer look, and we'll wrap this up. Alright, guys. So here's a little closer look at that panel. You can see that gap up there at the top. No big deal. A little room for expansion and contraction. A little gap across the top. And like I say, that piece was close enough for me. After all, these are pens in the barn, and if you're that worried about it, well, I feel sorry for you, because I wasn't going to throw that piece of lumber away. Not when I can utilize it right now. So, alright folks, so now I showed you how I'm building these pens. I got a few more left to finish up, and then we're going to get into gates. That is rough sawn birch that I'm using. I got it from a buddy of mine. He sawed it in the mid-90s. And it is really strong and really dry. It is good stuff. I got a really good deal on it, but don't tell him that. So, I'm going to finish up building these panels, and then we're going to come back for part 4, and we're going to build some gates. And we'll get the gates hung in here. We got about 10 of those to build, so that's going to be a lot of work. I know there's a lot of parts to these videos, but I'm trying to give you guys an idea of how long and how much work this stuff is. So, I appreciate everybody watching. If you haven't subscribed, why not? And we'll catch you on the next one.